All right, you're looking at the inside of a 2009 Acura TSX. I posted this project already, and the next stop, as I mentioned, is replacing the armrest trim, which a car that's 12 years old has just worn out, and otherwise it's been a great car. So I'm going to take the door off and give you a link to that operation from another video, and hopefully we'll get a good look at how to replace this trim piece. This is not for the faint of heart. Uh, there's a lot of stuff inside, and you need to disconnect lots of things in here and ultimately get the armrest off. And I'm going to show how to basically put that on and hopefully how to get it back all together. But I'm getting and I'm really curious what's going to be left under here. Is there any foam? And there kind of is. But I'm going to try to leave. I'm going to try to leave that foam if I can. See that white stuff? That's the good foam, I think. So I'm just going to try to manhandle it here. There you go. Nice. So there is a nice pad that remains. In the meantime, let's have a look at these shapes. They should have been able to get it right. Shoulda. And did they? If I line up that seam and that end, it's looking reasonably good here. Maybe a little bigger. It's actually a bit longer, which wouldn't be, see right there, it's a bit longer. This part looks good. This part looks good. Let's see how it goes. You wouldn't even know that indent's there. So I need to trim that back and put in a few notches so it will go around that curve. And I'm probably going to have to put in a couple of notches here to get that right. Again, that seam I think should just be worked down. So from this point, I'm just going to compare against the one still in the car and get the position. And my replacement came with this tape that is, I believe, intended to be used here. And then once it's in, it's pretty tight in there, so I think it'll almost hold itself together once it's reassembled. I'll be back with some more progress. Folks, it turns out it is double-sided tape, so I don't mind showing you my mistakes. So I was doing all that mess before. You can see that little shimmy there, shine, that is actually tape. So I've put that double-sided tape on this edge, and then too wide there. Now I can pull it really taut, and it's interesting. You can rip this stuff like very easily, but actually when you finally release that top layer, it's very strong this way. So I'm going to work my way around the way it was intended and basically get this thing on as tough as it was the original. All right, you got to love your car to do this, but I'm learning. I already pulled the white part off a nice strip here. You can just go around corners. You don't have to keep pulling it in pieces, and then push it down real hard, and then it's easy. The white part releases more easily. In fact, I'm going to bend that around the corner. And this tape is better quality than I expected for something coming from Amazon. Right, so I got this little piece in that corner, was able to pull off the backer. Okay, so now I've got tape all under here. Oops, sorry, all under here and toward this part as well. So I'm gonna I'm going to start it. All right, now I'm working this this front crucial corner. I've got tape. It's hard to see it, but all around there. So similar to what I saw on the old. I'll wrap that around. And then this one, which doesn't end up being visible, pull that around like so. Might do a little trimming to neaten that up. And then I'm going to continue along the bottom. This is done. I need to tape down here actually, and keep going round and round. A little dicey, but we'll see how this turns out. All right, here's the result. Huge improvement. It's not perfect. I know where it's not perfect. I'll even show you a little bit. This could be interesting when it's on. This may or may not kind of tighten up when it's on, but that's not really visible anyway. This is like the hand pull, so it's opposite site. It's reasonably taut and reasonably tough stuff. So it's got that nice pad on the original kind of frame. We'll see you at the door. All right. Here's the assembled armrest. We're going to reverse this assembly. There's a metal bracket that's inside. Line up that little hole with a peg there, and then screw it on here first, lining up this hole here, which will end up going through the door or onto the door later. Be right back with the next step. Next, 1, 2, 3 females will line up with these positions on the door, and these little fork type pieces, 1, 2, 3, will line up with these 3 positions here. They slide in, and then these get tightened, and then these are through holes, which will go on to these 3. So I'm hoping that with this metal bracket, I'm going to be able to assemble this thing in okay. Looking from the back side again, you can see there are 2 holes, 1, 2, that I'm going to put screws in for the bracket, 1, 2, and then 1, 2, 3, 4 that I just showed you before. All right, the armrest is secured from the back with those screws. That bracket is in place. That bracket is kind of a strong point on the door, on the panel rather, and there's going to end up being a screw here and here that end up going into these 2 guys on the door itself. So that really holds the panel strong to the door. And again, things you're going to need to take out to get the door out this much. I left the cables, as you can see, for the latch. You've got the light that you need to plug back in on the bottom side of the door, and this guy snaps in down into something like this to secure it. You've got these bundles that are for various things, etc. I'm going to let you figure that out because I don't have a filming crew here. I'm going to show you the result, and hopefully everything works, the lights, the controls, etc. And there's the result. My light still works. The doors still work. The mirrors work. And that's a big improvement. I don't know how helpful this is been for you. I hope so. I hope I can cut it so it makes sense, and if you have the courage, you can do it. In the end, I'm glad I did it. This is a big improvement, and I can enjoy the car that much more